Check 1, 2, 3. There we are. Got auto there for a second. Well, we have a total of 0 watching now. So I guess we'll talk to ourselves. We'll get that following build up, don't worry. Those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Larry Barnett. I live in the lovely town of Springfield, Ohio, have for the last 30 years. Know about Springfield, Ohio. Springfield is the home to about 20,000 illegal immigrants. From the city folks within Springfield, or how do we assimilate this many people into our community? And unfortunately, there is not a good answer for that. Something that everybody already knows, and we'll be getting into that a lot more in detail here as the days and as February 3rd gets closer. We know that TPS is going to be expired on the 3rd of February. Now, I did go to a city commissioners meeting with some friends day before yesterday, and the prevalent response is, I don't know. When is ICE coming? I don't know. What are they going to do when they get here? I don't know. In fairness to the folks of Springfield, I think that some sort of a heads up or a warning should have been given, or should be given, to these residents so they can properly repair. Things like getting the bullets in their guns. Not a very popular statement, I know that. So, folks, let me stop this live stream before I get in trouble, and I'll start again. Maybe I won't. I guess I just wonder why all the turmoil can't come to some semblance of coming together here. Something that we can, as citizens here, can hold to from our city leaders. We need your strength right now. We need you to stand in the gap. I've made my statements on what my position on the Haitians and other illegal immigrants should be. But to my city leaders, you can head some of this off. You can turn down the temperature on this before ICE ever gets through the door. Now, if Trump does what Trump says he's going to do, then the worst of the worst will be out of here and life will go on. I have a personal conflict within myself as to what should happen to these people, and I'm still wrestling with it as to what we should do, what we can do, what we will do. We'll have to see. Temperature's going to get turned up a little bit more. I believe the city commissioners passed a resolution that would require mask agents within the city of Springfield to remove their masks. I did not agree with this. I still don't agree with it. When you set up a double standards for your professional protesters as opposed to ICE. telling me to remove a mask while you're wearing one. Uh, Makes no sense, folks. Got to have a little bit of a logic here. But we will see. I've heard some criticism of Trump over the drawback from Minnesota. I'm not sure what the beef is about that particular statement that he made. I don't think he's running out of Minnesota or anywhere else. I would say probably they're close to having their mission completed because they showed up with overwhelming forces to get these illegals deported. Now, folks, I need the Democrats to explain to me why getting the worst of the worst out of this city is such a controversial issue. It seems to me that you would want that safety. It seems to me, Democrats, that you would want to have some type of semblance of peace within your household. You're not saying that. You're saying none of them. You're fighting ICE because any of them get deported. Well, the worst of the worst are leaving this country. Now, I have the feeling that those who are within this community, I'm talking about Springfield, my hometown, which I can talk about, if they're contributing to the community, if they're making a living for their family and they're not breaking any laws, why can't you extend them to get their legal citizenship? They're not breaking any laws. They work. I'll give you an example. I may have said this yesterday, but I'll give you an example of what I'm saying. We got about 16 inches of snow here in Springfield, Ohio in the last few days. And I'm a 70-year-old man, and I just can't shovel sidewalks the way that I used to. I still get out there and try, and it takes me a little bit to get things done. But anyway, I had to get a path from my doorway to the car, which was about, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 feet to the door. So I was trying to dig out. I could make a few hits at it, then I'd have to stop and catch my wind a little bit, and then we'd do it again. I'd stop, catch my wind a little bit. Well, there was a young man who's my neighbor. He's about 2 doors up from where I am, who's seen me shoveling. He came over and said, "Can I help you?" I said, "Sure." So he stayed right there with me, and he helped me dig out the car and helped me dig out to where I could get into my car and where I could actually get it out on the roadway. The reason I'm telling you a story is that man was Haitian. Doesn't bother anybody. Works every day. And many of you want him deported. Well, I won't change your mind. That's certainly right. There's nothing that I'm going to say that's going to change what you're feeling about um, their presence in this city. Just, I don't totally share that. I think the low life, people that are sucking up off the system, people that are using the resources that the cities have made available just to suck up some freebies so you can bounce off somewhere else in the United States and commit crimes there. My personal opinion and my advice to you that are illegal here, that are constantly breaking the laws within the state, within the city, do yourself a favor and get the hell out. You want to whine about ICE coming in here because you don't have enough sense to know how to make a decent living, do it legally? I understood you were brought here because of all the jobs that we had. I think at the time there were like 6,000 jobs, and we have like 18,000 uh, illegal immigrants here. Now, I'm not a mathematician. All right, I'm not a mathematician, and I don't claim to be, but the numbers don't add up. How are you supposed to assimilate uh, 6,000 or 18,000 into your community without overwhelming your county's resources? I hope to get a chance to talk to the mayor because I want to get a better understanding of how they were dropped here in Springfield to begin with. Now, Mr. Mayor, with all due respect, we call ourselves a welcoming city. To me, it's just another name for sanctuary, and I hope that you can give me some clarity on that when um, hopefully we get to talk in the near future. Because, folks, even with all that I'm telling you, I am a mediator. God has blessed me to be able to come in between two parties and create dialogue. And that's what is not happening here. This has been a either we'll do it or we won't do it type of mentality here. We have to be, you know what? You know what pissed me off the other night? I went to the county commissioners meeting, like I said, and I had talked to my dear friend James from Empty Pockets. Was asking him, basically, why isn't there a dialogue created? And James says to me, he says, it's hard to create a dialogue when the other side won't reciprocate. Find a better word, that's reciprocate. I get the same thing from the other side. It's at the commissioning meeting and saying, well, the right will not, absolutely will not have a dialogue with it. Well, when you have the mentality that you're right and the entire world is wrong and you're staunch in that belief, you're not going to listen to a whole lot. And I'm not interested in trying to mediate with you, that's for sure. Because I'm looking for people that know how to criticize professionally. They know how to get their points across without low life and fuck you and motherfucker and all the things that they say because of their lack of ability to talk the English language. Well, I talk it just fine. I have friends on both sides of this issue, and they are dear friends. We don't agree on everything, and that's okay. That's what makes this the United States of America, folks. So, if you have an opinion on this issue, by all means, share it with me. I'll comment. I'll either agree or disagree, and I'll give my opinion. And if you prove me wrong, I'm going to tell you that you proved me wrong. I'm not going to hide behind some political bullshit and uh, keep from doing what I feel like I need to do to help my city. That is, I'm just, folks, I am a 70-year-old combat Marine. And I've fought. I fought physically. I fought spiritually. I fought mentally. And the things I see happening in my hometown breaks my heart. And all I want to do, I have no hidden agenda. I have nothing that I'm trying to accomplish for myself other than maybe to get a few followers on here to listen when I talk. But whoever's following me, thank you. Um, but I intend to try to help the community as long as the community will allow me to try to help. And like I said, we're not going to agree on everything. The question is going to be, um, can we find a middle ground that allows this city to move forward together? That's what I'm going to try to do. I have surgery tomorrow. I have a podcast coming up on Saturday, sponsored by James from Empty Pockets Podcast, and we'll see if we're able to do that on Saturday. I've got to have some back surgery done, and that's not going to be any fun at all. But I'm out of options, so we'll try to get that taken care of tomorrow. I'll be trying to join some of the live folks, trying to boost my exposure a little bit. If you can, folks, please give me a follow. Please listen to what we have to say, because the only thing that I don't have rhetoric. I don't have false information. I have facts. I tell the facts and let the facts fall, chips fall where they may. It's the only way that healing is going to begin into this city. We have to tackle these tough issues now. We need the rhetoric dialed down now. We need false information dialed down now. Love y'all. I love the city. I just want to help. This is Larry, all right, from newsfromlarry.com. We'll keep broadcasting until I get 2 followers. And when I get 2, I'll ask for 3. I wish you well. God bless you, and